Hello everyone, just gonna do a quick update about what I decided to do with the generator build. So I'm definitely gonna do it. The problem was how. So I failed on my first attempt using just a weed whacker engine and a 25cc weed whacker engine and a 500 watt generator or slash. And that was a learning lesson. The reason why it was a learning lesson was, number one, I'm not as mechanically talented as I think I am. And two, and it's very important, like I was trying, oh Jesus Christ, this acceleration. I was trying to reinvent the wheel, which is stupid. I think as I mentioned before, that when you have an engine like that, or a generator like that, set up like that, the most that you can get is 25% at the shaft of that generator. So for that 25cc engine can produce 750 watts maximum. That means that at most I probably would have gotten around, what's 25% of that? Like, I don't know, 200 watts max, which is, you know, not worth it, probably not worth all that effort and money to do. So that's what that means, is that other companies that actually make generators can probably just do a much better job at making a generator than I could. Which comes to the option that I decided to do. I chose option 2B, or sorry, option B2. So option B was to buy the Powerhouse 500 watt peak, 400 watt running, sorry, it's kind of windy, generator. But they wanted a premium for that of like $245, which I thought was pretty ridiculous for a 500. Even I know it's the smallest generator that you can possibly get, but still, that premium is not great, not cool. Not cool. I mean, they can do whatever they want to do. It's a capitalistic country, but yeah. But I found a really good deal for a Sportsman 1000 for $150. So it's a 1000 watt peak, 800 watt running, 4-stroke generator. And after looking at the reviews for this thing, I mean, it's supposed to be extremely silent. And that's the other thing too. I think one of the other options was to consider a 2-cycle. So the Sportsman's a 4-cycle 40cc generator. The other option was a 2-cycle engine. 2-cycle engine, which is, you know, about 110. But the difference between the two is noise. It's a huge difference. I mean, I know running the generator will cause noise, but a 4-stroke is much more silent than a 2-stroke engine would be. So yeah, so I decided to do, so I went ahead and just bought the Sportsman 1000. So, and I also bought a 84 volt 3 amp charger. Right now I'm charging my batteries using a 36 volt configuration. I just unplugged the batteries, the two 36 volt batteries, and charged them in a parallel connection when I'm not using the bike, and then afterwards put them back into series for the 72 volt bike. Now I don't have to do that with the 84 volt charger that I'm getting. And that 84 volt charger is going to be 3 times as strong as my 36 volt charger. So it's not necessarily fast. I won't consider that fast charging. I'll consider that normal charging. Before using my 36 volt, you know, 2 amp charger on a 1200 watt hour battery, that is pretty much slow charging. So what can I do? So the 84 volt charge 3 amp charger, that's around 240 watts, which is well within the running limits of that 800 watt of that 800 watt generator still cold. I thought it's gonna be a little nicer. So this is painful to talk and to do this video. But hopefully on the way back, it'll be a little bit warmer, or I won't have this headwind coming into it. Anyway, so that's 240 watts, so that's well within, so which means I can run it into eco mode, which will lower the noise even more. And I saw some videos about people adding foam to the panel covers of the generator to make it even more silent, where it's like, you know, you can have a conversation with the generator running right between you, between two people. So yeah, so that's what I decided to do, and I bought the necessary wires also to do all that hookup. Before I plug everything together, I'll make a video where it's not on the bike yet, but I'll plug everything together. I need to do a series of tests to make sure that everything is coming out correctly. Specifically, that the charge coming out of the charger, when it runs back through the parallel connection and series connections to the 36 volt batteries, is actually 36 volts and not 80, or sorry, it's actually 42 volt charging and not 84 volt charging. Running 84 volts to a 36 volt battery, yeah, I'm gonna set a fire somewhere. It's like, okay, so it's super cold. So now it's good. So now going back, I shouldn't have a headwind. And so this is what I'm planning to do. So this is the bike. I've seen people put those kind of chargers on the back of the bike, on the rear rack here. No, I'm not going to do that. That's just way too obvious. So the charger dimension, or the generator dimension, is 9 by 13, 9 by 14 by 15, so 9 wide. So maybe 9 wide. So it's a total 1 feet cube in total. I'm planning to put it here, so to make a platform here, support the platform here, make it a bolt-on, so it's a low profile, so you can hardly actually see it unless you're looking down. And also, you know, it'll be good for the ride characteristics of the bike. The other thing I really like about the generator is it's super light. It's supposed to be 21 pounds dry weight. Dry weight means basically the weight without the gas and oil, but with the gas and oil, it's probably like 25 pounds. That's nothing. The two-stroke generator, comparable two-stroke generators, will weigh 41 pounds instead of 25 pounds. So, you know, it's huge. It's super silent. Probably the most silent option you can just pick in terms of a generator. If you look at 4 strokes, 2 strokes, and whatnot. And it's very small too. So, which is what I like. I'm hoping to put it here. If not, I'll put it on the rack. But I'm pretty sure I can do some type of board here, and, you know, mount it enough where, you know, I just have to make sure that I don't do a super deep lean into a turn or something like that. But I think it should be okay. And the other thing about this generator, and why I was stupid to try to actually make one, is that, so a 40cc engine supposedly generates about 1,000 watts in total. In total power. And this generator, I don't know, I don't actually, that's what I read on the Washen 38cc website. It's supposed to generate about 1,000 watts at max RPM. I don't know. I thought they generated a little bit more than 1,000 watts. I thought it was closer to 1,500. But let's just say it's 1,000 watts. So this generator uses a 40cc engine, 4-stroke engine, and it does 800 watt running, 1,000 watt peak. So that's pretty damn good for a generator, which means it's using over, if you consider 1,000 watts, it's like 80%, which is nuts. Recall that I said that you could with the configuration that I was trying to do with the Weed Whacker engine, I was only, supposedly only able to get 25% max. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so I shouldn't fail on this project. It should work, unless something weird happens. But I'm pretty confident. Just 1 second. Oh, on your left. Thank you. So unless something really crazy happens, which I don't foresee happening anyway, so yeah, so that's and I'll put up some pictures of the actual generator and just a review, pictures where I intend to mount the bike. And just a quick note about the bike in terms of where it's going. It doesn't look very good, as you can tell. It's being held together by some clamps. No, even the battery boxes aren't the best quality. Once I get this generator running, generator setup, the whole hybrid setup running and tested, and so this is considered just a prototype, a proof of concept. It's not really meant to look great. It's only meant to say, okay, I can put the generator on there and it can extend my range by X or whatever. I can, be a lot more liberal with the juice, with the speeds. I can be more, and also the last thing is, and I know this is far ahead, is that, as you can tell, there's a pretty nasty headwind. I'm cold as hell. I need to build a wind cutter fairing on this bike, which you can tuck in when it's windy, going into a headwind, a serious headwind. And so that's the other thing, the last thing I intend to do. And after that, I think I might either just leave it as it is, because I'm kind of quite busy. I want to work on some other projects, or I might go all out and do a really cool final build with the not final build, but just make it a lot nicer with the generator on there. And I'll talk more about that later, but I don't want to count my chickens before their hats. So let's just get this generator build done. It's definitely a goal of mine for 2019 is to get it done. I was hoping to get it done by the end of March, which looks like now it's gonna run a little bit into the beginning of April. Maybe a lot. Depends on I think the mount will be difficult. It's not difficult, but I need to get it right, because if you're going 30 miles per hour and the generator falls off at 30 miles per hour, I think it's gonna explode. I mean, literally explode. With gas everywhere, it might catch on fire. So yeah, you don't want that to happen. So I definitely need to make sure it's secure and and whatnot before going fast speeds on it. But the initial test I'll do sometime next week, which is the generator is not on the actual bike, it's, next to the bike, but everything's hooked up, the batteries, the generator, the charger, and I'll show it charging and show it under the wheel under operations, the bike under operation. Wow, it's a lot colder than I thought. But yeah, so that's the update. Also, the other thing is I discovered a whining noise, or a clicking noise. So it seems to be there. So I contacted Sick Bike Park, and they contacted the Cyclone. They don't think it's the shaft, or the gears inside, but I think it's gears. But anyway, it seemed to go away when there's a load on the bike. See, I don't hear it now. When there's no load on the bike, there's no load on the bike anymore. Sometimes it makes that noise. So I'm okay with that. But the thing is, once the generator build is done, another goal of mine for 2019 is to go across the state on this thing, using the generator setup and charging at hotels or motels or whatnot along the way. Can't really do that if this engine is proves to not be reliable or broken somehow. So I need to really figure out what the hell's going on in it. But anyway, so that's the update. Option 2 B2 Sportsman 1000 stroke generator. Bought an 83 volt 3 amp charger. Get the cords with it. I'll do safety tests first to make sure all the voltages and the amps are coming out correctly, and then I'll hook them all up together and make a video on that and show you guys the thing in operation without it being on the bike. And also the other thing is, this is a 3 amp charger. This can go up to 800 watts running total. So I can also buy a fast charger. So the problem with the fast chargers, and these chargers have to come from overseas also, is that there's 3 amps, 4 amps, 5 amps, and then 10 amps. So 10 amps is 84 times 10 is 840. So I'm not sure if the generator will cut out if it's a little above 800 watts. The other option is to buy an adjustable charger where I can change it to like 8 amps, which is 8 times 84 is like around 700 watts, which is perfect. But they don't sell an 8 amp 84 watt charger, so I have to get the adjustable one, which is a little pricey. It's like 150 wherever. I don't know if I can adjust it down to 3 amps or 4 amps or 2 amps or a slow charge. But so that's the other thing too in terms of ride characteristics. If I really want to juice it, right, go like 35, 30 plus for long periods of time with the generator, it can't run under 3 amps. That's just not enough power. So at that point, I'll just need to switch chargers, or if I had the adjustable charger, just click up the amperage, But we'll see. That'll come later. The first thing to do is just make sure everything comes together. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well. I don't have any not many subscribers, any commenters. So if you have a question or anything like that, feel free to put it in the bottom. And if you hit the like or subscribe, that would be great too. I love making these videos, and I think this kind of concept of a bike I think it's very interesting for some e-bikers, and a lot of gas bikers are interested in this concept. So, like or subscribe, you get email updates of new videos and whatnot. Alright, so see you guys.